Good morning. Good morning. It's coffee with time. My name is Glenda Boone, CEO of O Taste and See Marketing and Productions, and I am excited to join you another Monday morning with Coffee with, and also to introduce my co-host this morning. He is none other than the Patricia Johnson, owner of Thrifted Tiles by Paje. And while I can talk about Patricia all day long, I'm just going to let Andrew do a little intro for you. So we'll be back in just 1 minute.
Welcome to Coffee with Glenda and Friends. The show today will feature Patricia Johnson, the small business owner of Script 2 Tiles by Paje, a company that offers customized scripture and decorative tiles, gifts, and novelties. Patricia started her business shortly after she retired as an art teacher. After 36 successful years being of service, Pat decided to utilize her God-given talent by creating and marketing scripture and inspirational tiles. She started her business officially in 2017 by purchasing one table at her church bazaar. After receiving such a favorable response, Pat began to move full force ahead with developing her business. Just a few years later, Pat has developed a vast clientele network including churches, fraternities, and sororities. Pat also has a website, script2tilesbypaj.com, that offers all of her tiles and novelty items. We are excited to present Pat Johnson to you this morning. Before we start the show, just a few housekeeping items. 1. Grab your coffee and your questions, and if watching from YouTube, place your questions in the chat box and Glenda will attempt to answer as many as possible. If we miss your questions, please feel free to come back to the replay and enter your question in the comment box, as Glenda always answers all comments. 2. If watching from Facebook, Glenda will need your permission to show your comments on the screen, so please make sure you use the link on the first post of the Glenda Boone Public Figure Facebook page to sign up one time to give her access to show your comments on the screen. 3. At the conclusion of each show, Glenda will create a how-to video detailing the most interactive or asked questions during the show. This content will be exclusively for subscribers who have a paid subscription. Click on Join to learn about the perks of becoming a paid subscriber of Glenda's YouTube channel, including being featured as a co-host on a live Coffee with Glenda and Friends show. Okay, I believe that's it. Let's start the show.
Listen up, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning, YouTube and Facebook world.
I love it.
Because it's awesome.
Are you ready to have coffee with Glenda and friends? Let's go. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
It's still the best.
And we're back once again. I want to thank you for getting up with me this morning and having coffee with me. I hope that you bought your coffee and your questions. Pat Johnson did a great job in introducing us, and I think I have a little bit of feedback. Let me just see where that could be. All right, when we go live, anything can happen, and I'm not the most techie person in the world, but we're going to get through this. So, Pat, you know the question. You already know the question I'm going to ask you. You already know it.
Yes, I do.
For over 20 years, I have been in the marketing industry, and for the past, since 2008, I entered into the online space. My company, O Taste and See Marketing and Productions, for over 10 years had a great mentoring program that pro bono, we mentored small business owners. However, when COVID-19 hit, we had to pivot a little bit. So we thought that we would, instead of offering pro bono services in so much time, how can we condense it and still be of service to our clientele? So we decided to come up with Coffee With. So for a year and a half, I mentored about 10 individuals every Monday morning. We did Zoom, and those individuals did quite well. We found that the program was very, very effective, and we wanted to be able to expand it a little bit, but not have so much time. So we're trying to figure out how to do that. So we decided to do Coffee With and go wide. So we're on YouTube and Facebook Live. And what I do is every Monday, I don't know who's going to show up, if anybody's going to show up, but I know that I'll be here. I also invite some of my mentees who are now successful business owners in their own right. I call them my friends. So at any given time, they may pop on and join us. Today, I have one of my mentees. Her name is Patricia Johnson. And Patricia has done a phenomenal job with scripted tiles by Paje. And I am just so very, very proud of her. She also knows, and I'm going to ask her the magic question, which is, who are you? What do you do? And how what you do is going to benefit me. So, Pat, if you could briefly, if you could answer that, I don't want to say briefly. I want you to give you some time to answer the question and meet the audience. So you can go.
Okay. Thank you so much, Glenda, for that introduction. First of all, I'd like to say thank you, Glenda, for your expertise, your knowledge. I've been working with Glenda over a year and a half on Coffee with every Monday morning, and I have just learned so much, and we've become such good friends. But more than that, she has taught me how to grow my business, and for that I thank you. And I also thank you for allowing me to be the co-host on your show today. I'm so excited to be here. Again, my name is Pat Johnson, and I'm the owner of Scripted Tales by Paje. We make a collection of coasters, plaques, trivets, and clocks, embellished with inspirational quotes and uplifting verses. And we also do an exclusive line of sorority and fraternity gift items as well that can be personalized and customized. We've been doing a lot of personalizing and customizing lately. So if you're in need of a special gift to give someone that says their name or special verse, then this is the place to come. I am so happy to be able to tell you today that because of the way that my business evolved, I have such a passion for it. I started out with just listening to God's voice telling me this is something that he wanted me to do. So as a result, you can see how he has just blessed my business. When you come to my website, or if you talk with me, you'll find that my gifts are going to be something that you would enjoy giving to your friends, your relatives, those that are maybe not feeling the best to be uplifted. These kinds of gifts are something that you can put in your home. You can wake up to every morning and be uplifted by seeing a verse that might help you to get through the day. You might want to sit it on your countertop, or you're in your kitchen, a plaque that might say, be still and know that I am God. So all of these kinds of inspirational plaques and clocks and trivets and coasters are meant to do that, in addition to being a blessing as a gift to someone else. So these are some of the things that I do in my business that I say God has just wrapped his arms around me and blessed me to be a blessing to others.
Well, thank you, Miss Pat. Now, can you share with me one thing that I am just so in awe about is that when I first met Miss Pat, she was a little weary because she had to use the internet. She wasn't too comfortable with computers, and she didn't want to get in front of a camera. And Miss Pat, can you just share with the audience your journey as far as, okay, now this is real. I'm moving from my kitchen table, and now, I'm not at the church at a trade show. Now I gotta go to the real world, and how you overcame that.
Yeah, well, it took a lot of faith, I tell you that. Glenda nudged me for, I know, at least a year. Pat, you gotta go to the next step. You gotta do this. Don't be afraid. And I kept nudging back and holding off until she said, you just don't worry about it. Just do it. Don't even think about it. Just do it. And so that's what I did. And I tell you, I prayed a lot about it. I was very, very nervous my first time. But do you know, after I did it a couple of times, I started getting more and more comfortable and more feeling more sure of myself and more confident. And I just knew God was going to be with me as I did these things because I just prayed a lot about it. And so here I am today. I just did it. I just had to do it. And I had a couple little glitches here and there. And I just explained to my customers or the people that were viewing me, hey, this is new for me. Just bear with me. And I just felt more and more like I could do this.
Right. And I tell you, Miss Pat has a beautiful, I call her the B author of Scripture Tiles, because she just has a beautiful presentation. If you get a chance, please check out her YouTube channel. She's really just getting started with that. And but she is doing fabulous with it. She has a beautiful show. So if you get a chance, then please make sure that you check out her YouTube channel, Script to Tiles. Now, I know that you're here because you want to answer some questions. You want me to answer you some questions because that's what we do. So I have some questions that were sent up from our show last week. If you did not get a chance to watch that show, you can go to my YouTube channel, Glenda Boone. Click on lives and you'll see that show. It was with Erica Sproul, who did a fabulous job. And we talked about market research. Now, you know that I'll answer questions during my live show, any question that you may have. But then I go back based on the most interactive or the most asked questions. I will go back and create a how-to video for the week. Now, that video is for members only. It's for our paid subscribers. Now, you don't have to be a paid subscriber of my channel to get great information. You can go to Old Coffee Whisk and you can see some of the things that I've done with my mentee class over the years. You can just view that. However, if you want up-to-date, current, how can this help me information, that goes with our paid subscribers, and it's for our members only. And every week I will go deep into detail with that. So you can get the general information every Monday morning with me. You can ask as many questions as you possibly can within this hour. And then to go deeper, as I go deeper into the subject matter, you just get a membership. It's very nominal, $2.99, $6.99, something of that nature. Also, if you want to be a co-host, if you want to join me and my friends, I want to do a shout out to Ledley. Thank you, Ledley. She will be joining us hopefully soon. And to Erica, who's on here. Janice, thank you so much for joining in. Reverend Shannon Jones, thank you so much for joining in. By the way, I do work with churches and small businesses is my forte. I really want you guys to check out The Gathering. I work with them. They have a global internet ministry. So he does have a small brick and mortar, but the bulk of his ministry was built online. And he and Pastor William Brewer in Liberia have a global ministry now. So thank you so much, Reverend Shannon Jones and the members of The Gathering, for tuning in with us today. Okay, so I think that's enough of the infomercial. What do you think, Miss Pat?
I think you are doing great.
All right. So if you have some questions, go ahead and drop them in the comment box. If you're on Facebook, know that I'm going to need your permission in order to see your comments so I can answer your questions. So make sure you fill out that little let me join the conversation before we get going. All right. So Sharon, I do see your question and we will answer that question. And I want to first go to the questions that we had from our members last week. Members, you know that you can put in your comments and I will answer your questions after you view videos. So that is a perk. So Miss Pat, if you just bear with me 1 minute, I'm going to get you to Miss Pat. Can you see the comments on the screen?
Not yet.
All right. If you click your comment box up in your upper right-hand corner, this is what you will do. Sharon, one day I'm going to have you have a business idea, but I'm the wrong person you should have called, Sharon, because I'm going to help you grow that idea to a full-blown business. My friends can attest to that. When Miss Pat first came to me, she said, I just want to do this for my church. And now she's thinking about hiring staff. So if you have a business idea, we definitely going to help you bring that to fruition, Sharon. All right. So Miss Pat, did you click the comments? Do you see them
Yes,
now?
I see them.
All right. So what you're going to do for me as my co-host is just keep an eye on the comment box and any questions that people have. As I get through this first group from the members, then we'll answer them. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to add this to our stream. And the first question this week was, when you want to spend more time on marketing and development, at what point do you feel comfortable hiring help? Okay. My first answer to this question is you have to spend the bulk of your time. If you're not spending enough time on marketing and development, that's going to be a problem for your business. As a small business owner, your primary focus has to be on marketing and development. That has to be your primary. Okay, so if you are spending time doing busy work and not doing marketing and development, your business is not going to grow. As a small business owner, your primary focus is to focus on marketing and development because you've got to make money, okay, in order to be able to hire the help. Make sense? Number 2, other than a personal assistant, okay, do not hire if you don't have the cash flow, because you're going to run into problems. You got to pay that person, and then it costs money to onboard that person. So when you want to spend more time on marketing development, first of all, that question tells me you're not spending enough time on marketing and development. When you just by you asking that question means you're not spending enough time on marketing and development. When do you feel at the point you are comfortable in hiring help? That's a 2 bullet point question. I'll try to answer that for you as quickly as I can. 1, when it becomes so overwhelming that all you're doing is a bunch of busy work and you're not really focused on marketing and development because you're so busy doing the busy work, then you need an assistant. But this has to be someone low level that can do lower level tasks that you can afford. Okay, so you want to hire people not to tell them what to do, but to give them the lower level task for them to do to free you up to do other things. So I don't recommend people hire big staffs until they have the cash flow to be able to do it. I am a big advocate of hiring assistants. Okay, because assistants, they not to help you do the work. You hire the assistant and give them the task, the lower level task, so that you don't have to do them, to free you up to do the marketing and development. Make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so hopefully that answers your question. When you want to spend more time on marketing development, at what point do you feel comfortable in hiring help? First, understand this, be true to yourself, and know just by asking that question, you already know you're not spending enough time on marketing and development, just by asking the question. Second, get a lower level task administrator. You can get a virtual assistant. You can get them on Fiverr. You can do Upworks. I don't have a problem. I want to help everybody, but the bottom line is my bottom line. So if I got to go out the country to get some of this virtual work done on Upworks or something like that, get virtual assistants, then if that fits my budget, okay, then I'll do what I need to do to fix my budget that fits in my budget. What you don't want to do is go into debt, then have a lot of stress. How I'm going to pay this employee? Because I can't even pay myself. I can't pay my bills. Okay. All right. Next question. I I know I need help. Can I really afford it? You know you need help. Can you really afford it? That depends on your cash flow. Is the business paying for itself? Are you able to pay yourself a little something? Now you're not going to be able to pay yourself a whole bunch of money. I one of my businesses, I had it for 3 years before I realized it was not good for me. And it was a passion business, definitely. It was not a money maker. And I had a huge staff and I was paying everybody. I think I paid myself like $50 a month, and I had a payroll of about $12,000 a week.
Wow.
Okay. So, how do you know you need help, but can I really afford it? First of all, asking the question, can I really afford it, means that you're not really comfortable in hiring help. You're not ready to take the risk. It takes risk and it takes money to grow a business. So you have to first be able to say, I am willing to risk this amount of money in this business. Okay. People say, well, should I get a loan? People say, well, maybe people, and why is it so hard to get a loan? Loan companies aren't going to loan you money if you're too scared to invest in yourself. So the first point of investor is yourself, your 401k. I'm not a big fan of credit cards because the debt is so high. But if you have to go that route, then you have to go that route. You have to be willing to take the risk. The mere fact of you saying, can I really afford it, means that you're afraid to take the risk. You already know. You told me you need help. You already told me that. You know you need help. But can I really afford it? What you're really saying is, do I really want to risk more money into hiring somebody? Suppose I don't make sales, which is a very good point. Does your sales justify you hiring someone? Other than a personal assistant or a salesperson, I feel like if you're not willing to risk some money in hiring a virtual assistant to do busy work for you, I don't think you need to be in business, because you need to free that time up so that you can do marketing and development and other stuff. Everything depends on marketing and development. You have got to develop new business. So a personal assistant to me is off the table. Going into the door after a few months, after you get everything done and you're ready to roll and you're ready to start marketing, that's when you should start looking for a personal assistant. And you have to be willing to risk that money in that person, not to help you. Let's say it's you, Miss Pat. This person isn't here to help you create the tiles. This person is here to help you do whatever it is you need to do other than create the tiles.
Right, exactly. And Glenda, I find myself at that point right now. I'm doing a lot. I'm wearing all the hats, so to speak. And I know that I heard TD Jake say once, if someone else can do what you're doing, you need to be doing something else.
Right.
So I'm at that point where I'm ready to talk to or hire someone to do that low level job.
Yes.
So that, and I noticed that the more that I do my marketing, the more sales I get to be able to pay the person that is helping me. So
absolutely,
it goes in a cycle.
Absolutely. Like my job, my role on my team is developing new business, teaching and coaching. That's it. Okay. Develop new business, teach, coach. That's it. So everybody else does everything else. But that means that when they come to me and they say, well, and this happened, this is real talk. Okay, yeah, you can teach, you can coach, which is about, it was COVID. Nobody had any money. But the accountant and people in other departments was like, look, we understand that. but you got to do it in this way. You got to do it in that way. So you have to be willing, even though you're the owner, you have to be a team player, and you have to listen to your team people, because everybody's role is very important. So if you hire a personal assistant and a personal assistant tells you, I need you to be free exclusively to me every day between 1 and 3, then you've got, just because she works for you does not mean you can say, well, I can't be available I just can't do it today. You have to make that time available in order for her to do her role effectively. Make sense?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then another question came up. As a graphic designer, how much do I calculate to charge for creating a design for customers? Sometimes I spend hours creating one design. If I were to charge for actual hours spent, the cost would be astronomical. Okay. First thing, what I'm going to tell you to do is do your research. Go on Google. Find out how much graphic designers charge. Okay. You have to be competitive. True, but you don't have to be the cheapest guy in town either. You want the medium. Now, if you are you a graphic designer? Is that exclusively what you do? Or are you designing something customized for a customer who's going to buy one of your products? If that is the case, that's totally different. That means you have to factor in whatever your custom design is in the actual price of that product. And then that product will go up. Because if I'm a customer and you tell me that I can get a customized product, but then you tell me it's $100 for the design, I'm going to have an attitude, because you should have had all of that in the price of the product.
Exactly.
So it's kind of different. If you are a graphic designer, that's all you're doing. You're designing the graphic. You're doing nothing else. I have one of a graphic designers that's in my network. He charges, I think it's $325 per logo, and you get 2 revisions. That's it, or per design.
Wow.
And after those 2 revisions, if you don't have it together, you don't like it, that's fine, but you're going to pay him another $325. But he's been in the game for a long time. That's all he does. Now, if I was purchasing a product and I wanted something customized, I want you to give me the price, the total price, including whatever it is you got to do. Okay. So it's kind of different. I can tell you, on an average, graphic designers, they can run, depending on the experience, anywhere from $25 to $150 per hour. And some of them charge by the design itself. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. This question, I've been in business for over 10 years and survived off word of mouth. Do I need online? What do you think? What do you think, Miss Pat?
Oh, I definitely think she needs online.
Why do you think she needs online?
Oh, first of all, your customers that you now have, you're not going to have forever. You have word of mouth. You have probably friends and relatives and family members, and then they're telling but if you really want to grow, you have to get online so that you can meet the masses. You can divvy out to all areas of our environment, and so that's my answer. You really, if you really want to grow, you need to be online.
You need to be online. And that's my sentiment as well. I don't know, some of you, I'm probably telling my age, but I don't know if you remember the yellow pages and the white pages, where all businesses, the classifieds, everybody wanted to be in the yellow pages. And that meant your business, you weren't a business unless you were on the yellow pages. You were in the yellow pages, and it cost you maybe like $600 or $700 for just a line, and thousands of dollars for a book. Today, that's called Yelp. Okay, Yelp is the online yellow pages. So you have to be listed in Yelp. It's also called Google My Business. So if you type in the search bar your business and it doesn't show up, or shows up on page 5, then you you are a dinosaur. And I talk about that a lot in some of the videos in Coffee With. Just go to the playlist Coffee With and just go through some of those videos. I talk about this a lot. You have to have a presence online. For those of you who are on here, I want you to right now just go to Google. Don't click me off. Just open up a new tab, go to Google, and type in your name or the name of your business and see where it comes up. If it comes up at number 1 on page 1 of Google, you're fine. But now I want you to put in something top 10, whatever your business is. Top, let's see, Reverend Jones or Reverend Buell might be on top Black churches in whatever city, and see if your name comes up. This is how people are searching. This is the yellow pages. This is the Bible of business right now. So you have to be online. Even though your business survives off word of mouth, I'm pretty much a word of mouth person as well. However, I have a great, great presence online. You have to be online. It gives you credibility, number 1. And number 2, it gives people instant access to who you are. If I see something, first thing I'm going to do is Google your name. You know, Pat, today, I'm quite sure you're going to get more views on your website. You're going to, because the first thing people do is say, let me check you out.
Right, exactly.
So even though you get online, go ahead, Pat.
Also, reviews. When I go online and I'm looking for a business, first thing I look at are reviews. Is this a legitimate business? What are they saying about the products? Is the quality? So when you're online and you develop your business to the point where you're starting to get reviews, people will begin to trust you and they won't mind buying from you. And I'm finding that more and more that the longer that I have my business.
Yes. Reviews can hurt and reviews can help. So make sure that once you do enter the online space, make sure you answer as many comments as you can. Make sure you answer as many reviews as you possibly can. And make sure you're monitoring your company online. Our company did business with a app developer, and the service that they provided was not good. So we, requested a refund, and this person got very angry and they went and they did a whole bunch of bad reviews. Now, if we didn't have a review monitor, we would not be able to combat that. If we weren't monitoring what people were saying about us online, we would not be able to monitor that. So we'll get into that. That'll be another topic down the road with Coffee With on how to manage your business online. It's extremely important that you be able to do that. But to answer your question, yes, you need to be online. Now, the next question I'm sure you have is, well, how do I get online? How do I get started? And the first thing you need to do is have a web presence. You need an address online. Your address is your website. Now, years ago, people were spending thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on websites. You can actually build your own website in less than 5 minutes. You can also create your website. If you're a big Facebook, you can create a business Facebook page that can connect to a website. Very, very cheap. There are several ways that you can get online and do it very, very cost effective. So I will be able to definitely help you with that. Just send me a comment or private message. If you're a member, make sure that you reach out to me and I'll show you all the different avenues on how to get online. You can get online for less than $250. So Sharon, don't think it's going to cost you a lot of money to get started. It won't. Trust me. I think Letley's on here. Pat can tell you, Erica, it will not. It will not. And so but you got to do it. But the first thing you got to do, Sharon, is check out the market research video that we did last week, because the first step when you have a business idea is to find out, is that idea marketable? It might be a great idea, but how how do I know if people will want it? So make sure that you go and you watch that video. I also have one in the members only section that tells you free tools. And if all of you, I don't care how long you've been in business, if you have not done market research, whether it's a church, whether it's a business, you have to do market research. There are 3 free tools that we have that I recommend that you use. And you can figure out whether or not that business idea, Sharon, is for you within a day or so. Okay. But everybody's got to do market research. I don't care if you've been in business for 10 years. We do market research. We constantly research our market, and that's how we know when to refine stuff. Okay. All right. So those are the questions that I have from last week. Miss Pat, do we have
Okay.
comments?
I think you've answered this one. It has, I have a business idea, but need help in getting started. How can I get help in starting from scratch? I think you kind of answered that question.
Yes. The first thing to do, I would say, is to watch that market research video. 2, I would suggest that I have several coffee withs where you will see the progression of Pat. You'll be able, if you go to my YouTube channel and you start watching those coffee with videos, you will really see a huge transformation of these ladies' businesses. So start there. The market research is very, 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 very important. Definitely come here every Monday morning, get up like you did today, and ask your questions. As you're doing your market research, write them down. Ask your questions here on Mondays mornings. If you're a member, you can send me a comment. I always answer the member questions. You can comment it, and I will answer your questions online. But if you don't, I know that when you first start, you don't have a lot of money. So this is the free way to do it. Okay. Once you get your market research done, and you know it's a viable business, if you have questions along the way, come on here, ask your questions, become a member. It's like $2.99 or $6.99. It's something small a month, but you get a plethora of information and tools to use for free. If I would have had it, I would have saved thousands of dollars. And then after that, once you get all the little stuff done, then you call me. Okay. I do offer one consultation. And when we get to that point, I'm going to hope that you've done all the work that you needed to do on your end. And once you do that, then we have this consultation. I'll be able to sign off and say, yes, you're ready to move forward, and then help you to move forward, showing you the different and the cheapest avenues to get you going. But the first step is the market research and to join a community that's going to help you along the way. Very important, because what you're looking for with a community is somebody to help you avoid the landmines that they stepped into.
Exactly. You know, I met Glenda through a workshop we had held at my church, or our church. And I decided that I wanted more help. And Glenda helped me with my website. She coming on every Monday with her on Coffee With has just been such an awesome blessing for my business. I learned so much. She helped you not only what to do, but how to do it or where to look. She did tutorials on computer to make you more computer savvy. So it is all worth it. It is all worth it. And networking is such a big part of it too. The other ladies on the show, we all networked. We all gave different scenarios of what we were going through, and it just strengthened each one of us. So I was just blessed by just being in this arena of business.
And I'm just so very proud. I mean, because these are people who really started from just started from ideas, and and faith, and really are taking their businesses to
Can I
another
just say
level.
one other thing,
Yeah.
Glenda? I am I have grown so that I have a shop on Etsy,
Mhm.
and through this workshop and doing all of these things over the past couple of years with Glenda, my business has, what is the word? It has pockets of success in a lot of different areas,
Mhm.
such as my reviews are online. I'm 5-star review right now.
Yay!
And I
Oh,
just
that's
got a
great.
review. I got a review yesterday or Saturday. And this was one of my best. Well, I have several reviews, but this review was such an inspiration to me because it said, your your coaster set was just a tad bit too expensive, but it is beautiful. I love it, and I'm so glad I bought it. I mean,
Wow.
so when someone sees that now, when they read that, they'll say, well, it's a little bit expensive, but she says it's beautiful. So, I'm going to go ahead and buy. And do you know my sales have picked up more steadily over, I would just say, since November, December. And I've been on Etsy for 2 or 3 years, and it's just starting. So don't get discouraged. Don't get impatient. Just take those little baby steps and just grow and grow and grow, and you'll see
So
it will pay
let's talk
off.
about that for a minute. Just for a minute. Um, I can remember when I first started working with you all and saying you have to understand this is not, this is not a sprint. You got to focus on building who you are, building your brand. Just keep focusing on marketing development, building your brand. And all of these things came with it. Like you had to do A, you had to do B. And I'm telling you, they would get so frustrated. I kind of wish the girls was here now because they would tell you, especially Letty, ooh, if y'all go back and watch some of them videos, y'all will see. They would get so frustrated with me because I was like, listen, you have to, it's A, B, C, D, E, and you cannot skip. But you just have to trust me. If you just do A, B, C, D, E, it's going to happen. Now, and when it happens, it's all going to happen. And Miss Pat, that's happening to you.
Yeah,
It
I
it
am just
all
in
it
awe.
just all just comes together and it just hits. But you have to do all that other stuff
Yep,
beforehand.
yep.
And that's why, and if you're not computer savvy, I tell people all the time, don't use that as an excuse. I have seasoned women who knew nothing about the computer or how to use online or the internet that have built strong internet presence. So that I'm not computer too good with the computer, that's not going to fly over here. All right, Miss Pat, what else we have cooking on the comments? What are some of the other comments?
You have several comments, not a whole lot of questions, but several comments. Another one is, I think this might be a question. Can you provide the YouTube channel again, please? I normally work during the day. This is my first time on the channel.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, so let me. If you just Google, if you go to YouTube in a search bar and hit Glenda Boone, it'll come up. But I'm going to try to get that for you and put it on the bottom of the banner now. Hopefully, I won't mess up. But so I can't see y'all, but I'm still here. What else going on, Miss Pat?
Let's see. Someone says online is a must. Um, I have a comment saying, at 75 years old, thank you. I understand. And now at the top, because of personal reasons, I am on a break right now and still at the top in Google. So even though you have to take breaks, you still have to kind of stay in that arena so people won't forget about you. But this is one of the comments.
Yeah, well, definitely. Now, one thing about if you've been doing it for a while, even though, let's say you may not be doing your business, you might be on a break for your business, but once you have a brand presence and you're at the top of Google, if you're branding, there on, as soon as you put your name in, you are there. No matter what you do, if you go on Facebook and you post something on Facebook under your name, Google's going to count that so you can maintain your space. So as long as you're on social media, Google doing something, even if you go on YouTube and you comment on somebody's comment, that's why it's important. It is so important, everybody, that you comment, even if you just say, great job or really like it. Not only does it help the person, but it also helps you, because Google will say, okay, she's still alive. She's still relevant. So I'm going to leave her at the top. So every day you should be doing something social media. It may not be for your business, okay? But if you're branding under your name, whatever name you're branding under, you need to go online and do something every day, even if it's to comment on somebody else's stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'm going to put this, Miss Pat, don't think you're going to get away from me. All right. I'm going to hide this and I'm going to show that. All right. So that is the YouTube channel and that you can subscribe to. Make sure you hit the notification bell, because then you'll be notified when I do go live. We do go live every Monday unless it's a holiday at 11 o'clock. And if you want to see the replay of the live, I think when you go to the YouTube channel, you have to hit live, but I will have some type of, you will be able to see something, some type of video. I think you have to click under live though, in order to see it as a live video. So Miss Pat, I am not going to, at all let you get away without showing our clientele some of your products, and also letting us know where we can get those products from. So
Okay, thank you, Glenda.
And Miss Pat, can they order? Do you prefer they order online or call?
I prefer that they order online, but they are certainly able to call me if they have any questions. Sometimes if you're not computer savvy, you may have a little problem with manipulating the different areas on the site. Mm-hmm. So feel free to give me a call. My number, should I give them my number now?
I'll put it up. Yep, I'll put it up for them.
Okay. That is my phone number. You can give me a call. My company has really been doing a lot with customizing and personalizing verses and names. So you may need to call me if you have a special gift you want to give someone, and you want a special verse or to personalize it. So that's my phone number.
Okay. Well, Ms. Pat, I'm going to take a couple minutes. I'm going to give you the floor here so that you can show us a couple of your products. Okay. And then I will be back. If you could just show us, 2 or 3.
Okay.
And then
my website, Glenda, is pajedesigns.com, www.pajedesigns.com.
Okay.
Just wanted to let them know that.
Okay. They can get to your website from here, Scripted Tiles by Paje. That's how
they may be able to get it through my website. Yes.
Okay. I'll check it. I'll check it while I'm looking and put the right one up.
One of my really, well, I might say my number one sellers is my stone scriptural tile set. It's made out of stone with that rustic look. And the reason I think it sells so well is you get 4 verses in one in a coaster set. And I've been doing very well with this item. It comes in a holder, a a coaster holder as well. So you get, these are 4-in-1 coasters, and it's called my scripture coaster set. We also do it in a marble as well, a white marble. And we also do trivets. Now my trivets I call 3-in-1 because you can place hot things on it. You can use it as a coaster, or you can sit it in an easel and put it on your counter. And they come in a variety of beautiful verses. This is a verse that I absolutely love. That's been a really good hit on my website. People love this coaster set as well. It's very, very inspirational. And you know, my coaster sets are also conversation piece. When you're entertaining there, you know, you can talk about certain things in terms of, you know, or to uplift someone.
Miss Pat, how much are they?
My coaster sets are $24.95, and the marble ones are $29.95, and they come in the holder.
And how many do you get?
You get 4 coasters in the coaster set, and in some of my coaster sets you get 5, depending on the coaster that I sell. But this one, 4 coasters, five coasters come in a set, and this $24.95. The marble ones are a little thicker, a little heavier, natural stone. They are $29.95, and you can see the difference in the. I don't know if you can see it on there, but those are and they come in different shapes. Some are hexagon, some are circles. And oh boy, some are circles.
Now, do you design them yourself?
Yes, I do.
And if I wanted a custom design, like, is that extra?
Yes, it would be extra for customizing.
And is that, you'll factor that in? You just call for a custom quote?
I just learned today that I need to factor that in.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'll be factoring that in the cost. You know, up until now, Glenda, I've been doing a design fee and then the cost of the product. But listening to you today, I think I'll start doing it the other way, just putting everything.
Because again, people are microwave, and if I'm going to your website and I want it customized, I don't want to call you. I want to know how much is the customized.
Exactly. Yeah. This is one of my customized items. This
Very
is
nice.
A monogram.
Very nice.
Yep. And you
and
can
how
put
much
this,
is that one?
This is $17.99. I think.
Oh, that's a very good.
Yeah.
Or customized?
This is actually, the customizing is $5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So you would get the monogram, and your name would be $5 additional.
So it would be like $25.
Yeah, 22, something like that.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, Miss Pat, thank you so much for taking the time to show us that. Now, how do you sell your products?
Online, you mean?
No, is it strictly online? Like,
I take special orders. You can call me. You can go on my website. I take all the major credit cards.
Do you do anything like that?
Yes. Now that COVID is settling down a little bit, I'm thinking about doing more craft, going out a little bit more with my craft shows, but I do craft shows. Oh, I forgot to show you some of my sorority. Did I show you my sorority products? Something like this. I do a lot of trade shows with sororities and fraternities. Oops. Okay. So I do those.
You do fundraisers?
And fundraisers as well. Yes, I do fundraisers. In fact, I have a show that will be coming on in the near future called Gift Away Wednesdays. We gift away one of our products as a special gift if you make a purchase. And part of the proceeds of all the sales will go to your fundraiser.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, so that'll be
My
coming up.
mama might be calling you. She has a nonprofit organization, so I may get her.
And if you want to subscribe to my website, leave your name. That way I can keep you in the loop of what we're doing. I do emails periodically, at least twice a month. I do emails and I offer specials and discounts. So if you go to my website and click subscribe, I can keep you in the loop with my emails.
Very
Well.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Well, we definitely will do that.
Okay.
Yes, the question was when you say $2.99 a month, $2.99, right? Yes. The membership, the basic membership is $2.99 a month. And that just helps me to be able to answer your questions first. Know that you're a member. If we get a lot of times people they watch the replay and they put all of their questions and comments in the replay. So if you're a member, I'll be able to see your emoji and I'll know to answer that question first. $6.99 gives you access to how-to videos. So you see a little bit of my how-to videos in the Coffee Withs on my regular channel, but the member only channel goes into detail how to do stuff. It also lists for you the resources that I use and other marketing companies use to be able to service your business. So I'm not a big fan. A lot of other marketing companies ask me, what am I doing? What am I doing? But my gut is telling me and my spirit is telling me that if I help enough people get what they want, then the Lord will make sure and bless me with whatever I want. So that membership tier is $6.99. And then the final membership tier is $24.99. And that entitles you to be featured on the show of Coffee With. So depending on how many requests we get, how often it is, our goal is to not only to get you to help me answer some of the questions and read the comments on Mondays mornings, but it is also to give you exposure to thousands of people across the world and to a YouTube channel that generally gets between 2,000 to 5,000 views per video. So that is our membership tiers. If you hit the join button on the YouTube page, you will see a little video from me where I talk about it a little bit more. But other than that, we are good. Miss Pat, do you have any final thoughts? We are right on time, coming up on our hour.
I am just so thankful to be able to be a part of this presentation. It's a win-win for me and for everyone who is listening to you and me to help them to grow their business. And thank you so much, Glenda, for helping me or inviting me to be with you today.
You are more than welcome, and I will put the number up. Someone's asking for the YouTube channel again, so I'll show that one more time.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the YouTube channel. Make sure that you go in. If you were too afraid or too shy to ask your question or comment live, you can still do so at once we close down during the replay. I will look at this week. I will probably do something in regards to when to hire and when not to hire. So it seems like that was a question.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as the business idea, again, I think that question can be answered for you, Sharon, in those two videos, those two market research videos. If not, just go back during the replay and put a specific question that you have in. We do check them throughout the week and try to answer those questions in the next week. All right. So if there are no other questions or comments, I do want to thank you all once again for joining us. And I will see you next week on Coffee With. Thank you, Miss Pat.
And thank you.
Till next week, be blessed, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.